Pulled a Shania Twain on my cheating ex, and it drives her and AP crazy. Karma. I posted this as a comment somewhere else, and someone suggested I post it here. Hope it complies with your rules. My wife's AP was her boss, a high-income executive. So I told his wife and she divorced AP, taking him for pretty much everything. AP's ex-wife and I bonded over a mutual hatred of our exes, so we thought it would torture them if we became a couple. It did, and we spent many nights laughing over their angry voicemails, emails, etc. But after a few fake dates, it turned out we actually enjoyed spending time with each other. Fast forward a year and we moved in together. AP's ex is the stay-at-home stepmom mom to our kids, my 2, her 3. My ex has to pay child support to me, and her ex has to pay both alimony and child support. So we're never getting married, and a cohabitation agreement is more than sufficient. We're happy. The kids are happy, and it completely, utterly, absolutely infuriates our exes. After I and AP's ex moved in together, my wife turned up her rage a notch and made the mistake of making a threat voicemail that we used to get a protective order that put her job in jeopardy. Her boss's boss and HR had a talk with her. The best part? My ex-wife and AP are no longer together. Can you say karma? Emotionally cheating ended a what could have been my BF and I broken up 2 weeks ago after I found him emotionally cheating on me with a girl he said it is just a friend. Just for the content we started of our relationship in long distance since he was moving back to his country. We flew to each other when we had the chance just to spend our time together, and finally he moved back to the country where I'm at to try to make this relationship works, and at the same time, he hated here. We are both expats living in a Middle Eastern desert. I have to say he's a nice guy. Showed me all love. During the breakup when he cried, I can tell he cried genuinely because of his stupidity. We talked about our future. How would our family looks like at the same time? They were still texting. They went for a coffee date behind my back. When we were doing long distance, I found them texting from a pop-up message on his laptop screen when I was sitting next to him. When he was working, he told me he will stop texting her if interacting with her makes me feel uncomfortable 3 weeks. Later, when I was sitting with him in front of his laptop whilst he was working, her message popped up again. I confronted but never asked to look into their messages. He said that there were some flirtatious messages between them and they were still texting each other on a daily basis after he told me he will stop interacting. With her, he said she is his type comparing to me. But lol, I am a very attractive person, so I literally lol. He was the man I thought I will marry to one day since I never loved someone like how I loved him when we were together, which hurts like hell. But then, it is his loss since he said he won't be able to find anyone else like me loving him like this. I provided a very good apartment on my own for him since I'm earning a good salary and having a good job, but he actually earned more comparing to me. Cooked. Even I was exhausted after my 9 o'clock to 19 o'clock days because I wanted us to be in a good health. Took him out over the weekends to get some sun. Even I felt like I wanted to stay in. But then he was mainly working from home at my apartment. I was worried about his mental health since he was trapped in my apartment all the time, tried to amend my cooking to his preference since we are from different ethnicity. I felt like I compromised a lot, which I totally okay with it since there will be compromises in any relationship. But he still choose a girl who has a sugar daddy and at the same time cheating on her current boyfriend and texting my ex, WTF. Merry Christmas. While he 33M was napping this morning, I 31F found evidence that my partner of 10 years has been hooking up with escorts. He has FetLife downloaded and I read through all the messages. He exchanges nudes and tries to meet up with people. We have been actively trying to have a baby for several months. I remember finding a condom in his glove box a month ago and thinking nothing of it. He has borderline hoarder tendencies and doesn't throw things away. I went and checked the glove box and it's gone. There are 2 more in the console though. He's in the room just snoozing away. Never in 100 million years would I ever think that this man would cheat me. He's been acting sketchy around his phone for a few months and I thought it was just weird porn. Cause like said, I never would have thought this. I'm going to see his family for Christmas dinner in a couple of hours. Still deciding my plan of action for confronting him. Cheated on while gone. Army, so me and my girlfriend have been together for about 1.5 years now. In October, I left for the Army for basic training and I got holiday leave for 2 weeks for the holidays. She was always playing video games before I left, which I never thought anything of it. She did good in school and worked hard at her job nursing and seemed like she was okay before I left. All of this to say she met this guy on a game, and I figured out they were talking a lot while I was gone. And she lost her job, and just her whole motivation for life was lost while I was gone. Even her mom was begging her to get out of her room and off the game. But I got to read a lot of messages, and some of the things they said just hurt my stomach to see. Don't get me wrong, there are stories on here that are way worse, but it still hurts. They emotionally connected and attached to each other. He was talking about getting a plane ticket to see her, and she said it wouldn't have happened, but I don't know what to believe. She said she wants to keep going and work through this, which I think I can do, but I have to leave for another 2 months, and I'm scared it's going to happen again, and I don't want to go through any more pain than I am now. I'm also worried that if I never came home, it would have went further, and they may have actually seen each other face to face. She told him to have a good day at work the day she got me from the airport as well. Tell me, am I wrong for staying with her and wanting to rebuild?